Working some stiff leg deadlifts for this one, guys. Keep your knees soft straight and make sure that your spine is nice and neutral. Push your weight forward as you drop and engage your core and stretch your hamstrings. Then return to your starting position. Your turn. Standing side bends to work those obliques for this exercise, guys. Now make sure your hands remain stationary over your head. You want to make sure you're not waving them. Maintain your lateral position and squeeze with your obliques to get you back into your straight line. We're going to do one side and then we're going to hit the other side as well. Your turn. Single arm press for this exercise. Legs wide for a steady stance and your hips remain perfectly square. Now it's a perpendicular press with one arm, making sure your elbows remain nice and high. We'll do one side and then the other. Your turn. Basic side plank for this one, guys. Start your side plank on your elbows and hold it for 45 seconds. Maintain a straight horizontal line as far as your torso is concerned. We're going to do this off both sides. Your turn. working a side leg raise for this one, guys, but we're going to make it a little bit tougher than usual. What we'll do is we're going to start with soft knees as far as your support leg is concerned, and you want to make sure that your ankle leads the movement, which basically means your hips got to be in the right spot. We're focusing on the top half of the movement, so don't let your foot drop all the way back down. Make sure your body doesn't lean out and try to maintain your torso. Your turn. Alright guys, we're going to work a pendulum for this one. Now, you can see I'm using a pair of dumbbells to assist me because I like to keep my wrists straight when I do it. Now, when Adriana does it, you'll watch, she'll actually do it from the floor just like that. So you guys can choose which one you prefer. I like training from this position, so I'm going to do it from here. I'm going to lift right up. So it's a plank, but then all I'm going to do is start to just swing from side to side. So just tweaking those obliques whilst my back and my abdominals are staying active. Just like that. Let's get you guys to try it. Okay guys, this one's a sprinkler or a torso twist if you like. So the way we're gonna do it is I'm gonna just set up palm to palm. Now you can see my feet are nice and wide, so it's shoulder width, or I can have it even wider if I like, just for stability. And what I'm gonna do from here, soft straight arms, I'm gonna squeeze and twist to one side just like that, okay? So as I'm twisting this way, I'm feeling my obliques, my serratus and my glutes working as well, okay? And then I'm gonna release slow and other side, just like that. Okay, meet in the middle and keep going. So I'm basically drawing a semicircle around me. Let's get you guys to try this one. Working some side knee drops for this exercise, guys. So you want to make sure you're holding soft, straight arm and tight cables throughout this exercise. Your knees must remain glued together as much as possible. So you can see Sam's doing it perfectly. Maintain your tabletop without allowing your feet to drop down, because that's going to take the pressure off. So we want to make sure we're maintaining a perfect tabletop throughout this exercise. Let's get you to try it for yourself. Working some basic abs crunches for this one. So you can see that I've got my knees bent and my feet are flat on the floor. I've got my elbows side to side and I'm looking straight up so that I'm not yanking at my neck. Your lower back doesn't leave the floor at all. It's a crunch and not a sit up. Your turn. Abs tucks for this exercise. So you can see that I'm starting with extended legs, feet and knees together, and then I'm bringing my knees all the way back to my chest and then releasing all the way until I've got straight legs again. Your lower back doesn't leave the floor and you can see that I've got my head lifted in order to support my spine. Your turn. Basic forearm plank for this exercise. So you can see I've got my weight on my elbows with two straight parallel arms. Now you've got to make sure that you don't dip or arch your back and keep it protected the whole time. Your turn to try this one. Working a supine abs plank for this one. From a supine position, we're just going to lift our legs right up. You've got to make sure your toes are pointy and your knees are nice and straight. And we want to make sure we lift up our head and shoulder blades as well to create that deep abdominal contraction. We're going to hold it there for a minute. Your turn. X crunches for this exercise. So basically, it's just a reach with your hands to the opposite knee. So we're going to get that torso rotation happening. You've got to make sure that your lower back stays on the floor. We're lifting the shoulder blades and just crunching at an angle. Your turn to try this one. this segment of the program is all about high intensity 30-second intervals. We'll pick up 2 exercises and train 3 lots of 30 seconds, alternating between exercises for a total of 3 minutes per set. Let's get straight into it. Starting this exercise with some hanging obliques tucks. Now, if you've got any trouble doing the obliques tucks, or if there's any restriction as far as equipment or physical restriction is concerned, you can always just get down on the floor and work some basic crunches instead of this exercise. What we'll do to complement this is we're going to run on the spot with high knees. So making sure you're getting those knees nice and high, staying light on your toes, and keeping nice pace throughout this exercise. Your turn to try it. For this exercise, we're going to combine working some high-paced squats with a traditional plank. So for the first 30 seconds, we're going to work those high-paced squats, feet nice and parallel, knees right over the top. They're not swinging in or out or pushing back and forth. And then we're going to drop down and work our traditional plank from the elbow. Your turn to try this one for yourself.
For this set, we're going to combine some gate swings with rollovers. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get straight into those gate swings by jumping wide into a squat and then jumping back up with your feet together. And then after 30 seconds, when we change it up, we're going to lift our hands right up, arms nice and straight for support, and we're going to work some half rollovers. Make sure your toes are pointy and your knees are nice and extended so you're really engaging the hips and the lower abs as you throw these up, and work through them for 30 seconds before we change back. Your turn to try this one. Well done for getting through your workout today, guys. Let's take a moment to stretch and cool our body back down now. Comment and let us know what you thought of today's workout, and remember to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest workouts.